So normally we talk about what you're doing when you are driving, but let's talk about when you shouldn't drive or when you should take some time off. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now. Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories. If you're new to the channel and you're looking for different things within the rideshare industry, whether it's news, tips and tricks for passengers and drivers, or what actually happens on real rideshare rides, start now by hitting the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Yes, we talk a lot about when you are driving, but not necessarily when you should take off so you avoid things like burnout, fatigue, just hitting the reset button, coming back and just kind of being okay with everything. So there are important times when you should take off, and that's really what we're going to be talking about today. So whether you're a full-time driver or a part-time driver, you need to know when it is right to take off for you. Now, everybody is different on how they work, what their work ethic is, what other things they do besides rideshare. So if you're a part-time driver, more than likely you have either a part-time job or a full-time job, or you're doing something else that's taking up your time. Or maybe you're retired or whatever it might be. But yeah, if you're a full-time driver, you're out there working, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours. So you could be pulling a lot of time, just like the part-time worker might be overall working a lot. So you need to know when to take off and when to enjoy, when to hit that reset button, and not necessarily worry about driving and making that extra money. Sometimes it's okay just to say, you know what? I'm going to take a little bit of time off, whether it's a day, a few days, or a week, or maybe even longer, depending on what your situation is and whatever you need to accommodate yourself to hit that reset button. Some of the reasons why you should stop driving for either a day, a week, or whatever, however long it might be, is to avoid burnout. And there's varying degrees of burnout. Just driving a lot can burn you out from not wanting to drive, period. Whether you're online or not, you just might not like driving after driving so much. You might just not be happy with the mileage and stuff that you're putting on your car. Your car might be having the check engine light come on, and you want to, not have to deal with that, or you feel stressed when it happens, and you might be worried about that type of stuff. So just driving in general could cause driving burnout. Also, dealing with customers and passengers all of the time can lead to a burnout, because emotionally you have to be there and mentally you have to be there to either interact with passengers and on a whole varying degree of how they're going to be, whether it's just a silent ride or just an absolute insane crazy ride and everything in between. It could cause like a customer service burnout where you don't want to deal with people, which both can lead to you just feeling burnt out overall, and it could lead to a lot of different things outside the driving realm itself. So it's very important not to feel burned out. Also, if you're sick or anything like that, and you want to take a little bit of time off to recuperate for your health, that's perfectly fine, and you want to do that. Also, it could cause fatigue, it can cause stress, it can cause all these different factors. So it's just smart to know when to take off and when to drive. Then answering the question, when should I take off, is going to be dependent on you, but you're going to know and you're kind of going to feel exactly if you should take off. So if you're dreading driving, if you're dreading hitting that online button, if you dread dealing with the passengers, you probably should take some time off and recuperate and relax and hit that reset button and allow enough time to pass that when you go online next time, it's not going to be a problem. Also, another reason that you should is, like I said, if you're sick and you have the flu or the cold or whatever sickness that you might have that is just not making you on point. You don't want to necessarily go behind the wheel and start driving because you could infect other people, but it's just not going to be good for your health to be sitting there driving when you could be in your house taking care of yourself a little bit better. Now, there's a lot of other reasons as well to why you might not want to drive. For any of those reasons, comment below and let me know what your factors are. But yes, there are a lot of other factors as well besides. Now, one thing to remember when you are actually driving in a shift, and let's just say a really crazy ride happens, take that time off, go offline for a little bit. If it shook you a lot and, you just kind of need to have that mental reset, go grab something to eat real quick, go walk around, go do something else, watch a YouTube video, whatever it might be, even go shopping, whatever it is, distract yourself, reset yourself. And if you can continue driving a little bit later, then go back online. But if you need to take the rest of the day off or something, do that as well too. Just listen to yourself, listen to your mind, and you'll be able to kind of avoid a situation that could spill into following rides if you don't have that mental reset. So let's talk about if you continue on driving even after that crazy ride and it really kind of shook you, what would happen? Because there are a few things that could actually happen. And one, your mind is going to continue and spill over into the next ride or even the rest of your shift or however long you're going to drive for that day or night. Those rides then are going to pick up that something is wrong, and your rating may suffer from that because instead of just having, one or two low ratings because of whatever happens, you might have a few more low ratings because you weren't in the right mindset, and people are picking up on that. And yes, ratings don't really matter, but a string of bad ratings will matter, and you want to kind of stop or at least not allow that to happen. So if you are in the wrong mindset, it could rub off on the passengers a little bit differently. It can also increase your stress levels and some other things where it could accelerate feeling burned out a little bit. It's just important, like I said, to go offline, hit that reset, and then when you're feeling better, go back online. So wrapping up, it's very important to listen to yourself, listen to your mind on when to take off and for how long. You're going to know the best. It's going to be very beneficial for you to just hit that reset button. And whether it's, one day, a few days, a week, or even longer, it's going to be up to you and what you feel is best. So taking some time off and enjoying, family and friends or an event or something that's going on, enjoy it, embrace it, feel better if you're sick or whatever it might be, and just enjoy that time off, taking it to zero and hitting that reset button. All right, that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you learned to listen to yourself when you do need to take off. And have you been taking off recently for whatever reason? Comment below and let me know. And with that being said, make sure you also hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded and anytime I go live so you can participate in the live stream and we can hang out and have a good time. And as always, never drink and drive, always tip your drivers, and we'll see you next time.